You've been feeling off, sick for no reason, spiritually drained, random anxiety. But nothing shows up in tests. No doctor can explain it. So let me ask you something real. What if it wasn't your health, but your protection that's been attacked? Witchcraft isn't always cast by strangers. Sometimes it's sent by people who've hugged you, and the scariest part, you won't see it coming until everything inside you starts breaking. But Islam didn't leave you defenseless. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, gave us 7 protections that Sihr, envy, and the evil eye can never penetrate. So don't skip this. Don't leave it for later. Watch this now, before you forget, before someone else needs it, or before YouTube buries this video and you never see it again. Let's begin. Protection 1. You keep exposing yourself without realizing it. Let's be honest. Some people are basically begging to be harmed. Not because they're evil, but because they're wide open. You don't need to visit a magician to be vulnerable. All it takes is a public account, a camera, and a moment of pride. You just got engaged. Post it. You just landed a job. Post it. You're glowing up, traveling, healing. Post it. And then days later, something starts to feel wrong. You can't focus. You get sick. You feel like something's been taken from you. But here's the twist. No one touched you. You handed them the key. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "Seek help in the fulfillment of your needs by keeping them secret. For every possessor of a blessing is envied." Sahih Bukhari. We forget, Sihr doesn't always need a candle, a thread, or a spell. Sometimes it just needs someone watching your life through a screen, whispering curses through their jealousy. When you hand-deliver your entire life to people who don't clap unless it's for themselves, what do you expect? Some people aren't following you, they're monitoring you. And here's the kicker. Most of us only realize it after the damage is done. After something goes wrong, after trust is broken, after the excitement turns to regret. But the most dangerous harm is the kind that happens quietly. So ask yourself before we move on, who really needed to know all those details about your life? Because protection isn't just in do us. Sometimes it starts with silence. Protection 2. You leave home with everything except protection. It's strange. We get dressed, spray perfume, check our phone battery, grab our keys, but forget the one thing that actually shields us. What we say before we leave. Most people don't realize it, but Sihr doesn't just target the home. It finds you in traffic, in classrooms, on sidewalks, in hallways, wherever you're exposed. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "Whoever says, Bismillah, tawakkaltu ala Allah, la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. In the name of Allah, I place my trust in Allah, and there is no power nor might except with Allah. It will be said to him, you are protected and guided, and Shaitan will stay away from him." Abu Dawood. But how many people rush out into the world with perfect clothes and zero shield? Reciting your morning adhkar, making dua before stepping out, whispering even a short zikr. It doesn't take time, but it does take awareness. Because evil doesn't ask for permission. Protection only works when it's used before the harm. Some people lock their doors, but leave their souls open. You ever wonder how many dangers you walked past today and didn't even realize it? Not because they were invisible, but because you were too caught up in everything else. That's the thing about warnings. They don't always shout, sometimes they whisper. And when we stop listening, that's when harm walks right in. Protection 3. You treat the Quran like decoration. There's a copy of the Quran on the shelf, a verse framed on the wall, an app on your phone. But when was the last time you actually read it with reflection? Maybe weeks ago, months, maybe last Ramadan. The Quran isn't a symbol of blessing. It is the blessing, but only if it's alive in your home. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "Do not turn your homes into graves. Verily, Shaitan flees from the house in which Surah Al-Baqarah is recited." Sahih Muslim. But many of us are trying to fight unseen harm with closed books and forgotten ayahs. Surah Al-Baqarah is one of the most powerful protections against sihr, but most don't even try. Think it's too long. Read just the first few and last few ayahs. Can't recite fluently. Play it on your phone every morning. Let it echo through the walls. And if you want to go even deeper, recite Surah Al-Baqarah aloud. Blow into water and sprinkle that water in every corner of your home. It might sound simple, but the evil that's been hiding won't think so. Don't just display the Quran, activate it. Because sihr can't survive in homes filled with Allah's words. Protection 4. You miss Fajr, but still expect to be protected. Let's be real, we are the 8 a.m. generation. We wake up late, check our phones, scroll half-conscious in bed, and then panic because we're running late for class, work, or whatever imaginary deadline we made up. But Fajr, that gets skipped like it's not urgent. You'd think the one appointment that decides whether you're under Allah's protection for the whole day would be at the top of our priorities, but we treat it like a background notification. Snooze, delay, excuses. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "Whoever prays the morning prayer, he is under the protection of Allah." Sahih Muslim. Now here's the part that hurts a little. You ask Allah to protect your mind, your peace, your family, your future, but you can't even get out of bed to meet the one who offers it. Some of us wouldn't dare miss a Zoom meeting or lecture attendance, but we miss Fajr 3 days in a row and act like we're still spiritually insured. That's not a routine issue, that's a warning sign. Fajr isn't just a checkbox, it's a gate. And when you don't stand at that gate, you leave it open. Missing it once? Okay, life happens. But when missing it becomes your new normal, don't be surprised when chaos walks in. Protection 5. You don't recite the last 3 surahs, even though they were sent for this. When the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, was affected by sihr, he didn't go to a scholar or healer. Allah revealed something stronger than anything the magicians could conjure. Surah Al-Ikhlas, Surah Al-Falaq, and Surah An-Nas. The ultimate spiritual firewall. Yet for most of us, these surahs are more familiar from childhood competitions than actual daily protection. We say we're afraid of the evil eye, of envy, of witchcraft. But when's the last time we recited these 3 surahs every single morning and night, like the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, taught us? These surahs aren't just verses, they're weapons. But we're walking into spiritual battles every day with nothing but anxiety and a hope for the best mindset. Recite them, blow over your hands, wipe your body morning and night every day. And if that feels like too much, ask yourself, would you go a day without locking your front door? Then why is your soul left open to whatever wants to enter? Protection 6. You let strange things stay in your house. That souvenir from someone you never trusted. That bracelet you found, but never bought. That decorative piece that makes you feel off every time you walk past it. But you keep it because it's probably nothing. But sihr isn't always cast through spells or rituals. Sometimes it's hidden in plain sight. Our scholars and predecessors exercised caution in their homes, removing items of unclear origin, avoiding things that created discomfort. Some things don't announce themselves. They just sit quietly until you finally notice what's wrong. Trust the subtle warning Allah placed in your chest. Protection 7. You let toxic voices stay in your head and call it entertainment. You wouldn't invite a magician into your house to perform Sihr on you, but you let someone on your feed do it. One reel at a time. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, told us that words carry power. The Quran is a word. Dua is a word. Sihr itself is often built from words. So how can we think it's harmless to absorb lyrics, jokes, or voices that make us numb to haram? Protect your ears like you protect your eyes. Unfollow them. Mute them. Don't let someone's content become your curse. Conclusion. When everything else fails, remember, Allah is not waiting for you to be perfect. He's waiting for you to be real, to call on Him. Trust that no spell, no eye, no darkness has any power unless Allah wills. Repeat this. Allah is sufficient for me. There is no God but Him. Say it in the morning. Say it at night. Say it when fear creeps in. Say it when you think you're under attack. If this video helped you, share it, like it, and subscribe. May Allah protect your heart, your home, and your hidden battles. Ameen.